I think we have about everyone now. We needed to get the school day somewhat started. Before we get started, I'd like to welcome everyone, especially who are joining us on our live stream. I'd like to thank Mr. Scott Flaming for helping us get set up for that and all of our activities. We actually do have some people that are tuning in, not only across the country, but around the world, I believe. So welcome to our awards assembly. I'd like to also begin by making sure I take time to thank all of the teachers and the staff who've spent a lot of time with our kids today that we are going to be recognizing. The relationships that these kids have with these teachers is amazing, and you're going to see even on Saturday with the graduates that they've taken time to ask some of those important people in their lives to hand them their diploma. So we want to make sure that we take time here. Students, would you help me in recognizing the teachers and staff for being a big part of your lives, especially in the past and this year? We're going to go ahead and begin our awards assembly, and I would like to welcome Mrs. Harbaugh up to the podium. She's going to start us off with a few representatives here from the American Legion and Hutchinson Community Foundation. Mrs. Harbaugh.
Thank you. So this morning we are going to start with the American Legion Awards, and we have with us Larry R. Collins. He's the commander of the Hutchinson Post 68, so if you will welcome him, he will come on down.
Good morning. Youth are often awarded for scholastical achievements, but the American Legion believes that they should be praised when they demonstrate strong qualities of character and good citizenship. That is why, since 1926, the American Legion has recognized such students with the School Award Medal Program for the purpose of instilling character and help perpetuate the idea of Americanism amongst the youth. The award is given to a young man and young lady in the graduating classes of junior and senior high schools. Those who receive the medal emphasize 6 qualities that define character: courage, honor, leadership, patriotism, scholarship, and service. Those who receive the medal will emphasize 6 qualities that will be listed on the medal. This year's award, the lady is Abigail White. If she'll please come forward. And Landon Whitey. We'll go like this, and I do a fist bump.
You do fist bump? Cool.
Fist bump. Here you are, sir. Fist bump.
Okay. Our next award comes from the Hutchinson Community Foundation, and with us today is the program officer, Sarah Blake. If you'll welcome her, please.
Good morning. I'm excited to get to be here today to tell you a little bit about the Lois and Avery Johnson Scholarship for Reno County students. This scholarship is open to seniors who are graduating from any high school in Reno County and are planning to continue their education at university, college, or trade or vocational school. The Johnsons asked our selection committee to identify students who show strong academic ability and a high level of personal motivation to achieve their goals. Students who are highly involved in activities in school, church, and community, or have the ability to be employed a substantial number of hours during the school year while still achieving their academic success. The Johnson Scholarship is a 2-year, $1,000 a year award for 3 Reno County students. This year we have recipients from Hutchinson High School, Nickerson High School, along with a Prairie student who exemplified all the characteristics that the Johnsons were looking for. Congratulations to Jorah Harbaugh.
The Governor's Scholars Program honors the top academic 1% of Kansas high school seniors. The Confidence in Kansas Public Education Task Force was formed 30 years ago to strengthen public confidence in education. The Governor's Scholars Award winners are selected from accredited public and private schools in the state. The award winner for Pretty Prairie High School this year is Abigail White. Abby has already received her award, but for the sake of all of our people who are watching on the stream, we'd like to congratulate you in front of them. Congratulations, Abby.
Thank you.
The Kansas State High School Activities Association, or KSHA, recognizes 2 students from the senior class, 1 boy and 1 girl, who have proved to teachers to be the most outstanding citizen of their school by showing respect for the flag, our national anthem, respect for students and community, responsibility in the school and community, good sportsmanship and friendliness and concern for the well-being of others. The winners of the KSHA Citizenship Awards for 2022 are Jorah Harbaugh and Kai Smith. Congratulations, Jorah. Congratulations, Kai.
So each year, KWCH Channel 12 announces a top of the class award or honor for students in the state of Kansas. This program honors graduating high school seniors across Kansas, like I said. The students excel academically and are involved in community and other activities at school. This is a teacher-voted award that we have. I don't have anything to hand out to this individual today, but you may see her on Channel 12 News, a little blurb about her. This year, it went to Jorah Harbaugh. So you can just stand. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Each year, the Heart of the Plains recognizes the top academic 10% in each class of seniors around the state of Kansas. Each school recognizes one student based on the number of students in the graduating class. The recipient from Pretty Prairie High School for 2022 is Abigail White. You get a medal. I know, right? Enjoy. Completion of the Kansas Scholars Curriculum is one of the requirements Kansas residents must meet in order to receive a state scholar recognition. Students must have taken the ACT between April of their sophomore year and December of their senior year and hold a GPA of 3.91 or above, of course. Students must have their curriculum and 7th semester GPA certified on the official roster by the school counselor, and they must complete 4 years of English and math, 3 years of science and social studies, and 2 years of a foreign language. The recipient from Pretty Prairie High School for 2022 is Kai Smith. Good job, Kai. Very impressive. You're welcome. Hey, and on this one, told you a little bit of, you need to apply for a scholarship for that too.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, so each year we go to the Pratt Academic Olympics, and this year we tied for first in Division II with Cunningham. They didn't do league recognitions this year, which was a little unfortunate and sad because we probably could have won that as well. However, we had several people place in the top 3 overall. So I will have you, when I announce your name, come down and I have a certificate for you, okay? Okay, Bo Berry got 3rd place overall in World Geography. Come on down, Bo. Maybe we should have him get it and walk through, do you think? Maybe? Okay. So if you'll accept your certificate and then maybe exit on the other side, then we won't have some backup here. Yep, Mr. Hedrick's got it for you. Sorry, Bo. Copper Collins got 1st place in the vocal solo. Copper, come on down. Jorah Harbaugh got 1st place in photography. It was the general category and in color. And she also got 3rd place in the landscape and nature black and white category. Izzy McKinney placed 2nd in the vocal solo. Come on down, Izzy. Brett McClellan got 2nd in government and politics. Katrina McReynolds got 2nd in photography. This was the general category in color. Brianna Payne got 2nd in business. And 2nd in sociology. Noah Perry got 3rd in English 2. Landon Whitey was 3rd in psychology. And Abigail White was also 3rd in government and politics. So we did very well. Okay, so I have a Bulldog Buddy program. It's a mentoring program where high school students are paired with a grade school or middle school buddy, and they visit once a week. And I would like to honor a couple of our seniors with a scholarship who have just really gone above and beyond. They started the program when it started, their freshman year. If I could have Abby and Jorah come up here, I'd like to tell some people a little things about you. Come on down or up. So, like I said, these two have been involved since the beginning of this program. Consistent weekly visitors. They've met their sales goal with our fundraising. They show up every time. They are just very solid, and I've appreciated them. Abby started with a middle school buddy. She really wanted a grade school buddy, but she took it on, and she was a total rock star. She actually visited her buddy twice a week, helped her with homework, and then that buddy quit going to school here. Anyway, so then she got a grade school buddy. It had nothing to do with Abby. And then, COVID hit, and we weren't able to go visit our buddies, but she sure wrote a letter every week to her buddy as well. Never fail, it was there. And then she also doubled up this year. I didn't even know it. She took on a middle school buddy. I wasn't even aware of it, but so she's got 2 buddies, rocking it, and I've just appreciated that, Abby. Good job. Yes, thank you. This other person standing up here, bless her heart, Jorah, started with a buddy who didn't talk to her for the first month. Wouldn't even look at her really, wouldn't leave the classroom with her for sure. And then the buddy started growling at her the next month. But bless her heart, she kept going. She kept going every week, and it's all fine now, don't worry. But it was a little rough touch and go at the beginning. She has also taken on not one but two middle school buddies, and just has been very consistent and stuck with it even when it wasn't super easy. So I would like to give you each a scholarship from our buddy fund, and thank you for all you have done. I have one other small award from my Bulldog buddies. Each year we do a fundraiser. We sell Red Wheel, and the top seller actually gets a little bit of feedback from that, $25 to be exact. They give us a certain amount for each item we sell, and then I can award our highest seller. So this year went to Samantha Yoder, who sold 35 items plus a bunch of online orders. So Sam, come on down. Okay, so you guys are going to get tired of me. I'm up here for a while. Every year we do a blood drive here at the school. We usually do have one in the fall and we have one in the spring. Sadly, our spring one was canceled because they had staffing shortages. However, Abigail White, come on down again. She was my student assistant this year and is receiving a scholarship from the Red Cross for her work with us. So congratulations, Abby. Okay. We had Anita Croker reached out to me, and she was providing a memorial scholarship in her husband's name. I'm going to read a little bit about him. Jerry Croker 2022 Memorial Scholarship was established to honor the memory of Jerry. Jerry graduated from Prairie High School in 1968. He served as president of Prairie Saddle Club for 25 years and was part of the Mounted Parking Patrol at the Kansas State Fair for several years. Jerry was multi-talented. He was a multi-talented individual, having worked at Cessna, Boyd Motors, Hutchinson Fire Department, insurance sales for Penn Mutual, owned his own auto body shop, Collins Bus, Asco Noble Sickens Paint Company, that's a long one, as well as a farmer, after moving to the family farm in 1988. He could repair anything, as well as build, machine, and weld any project he designed. We had 3 recipients. I believe they received them in the mail already, so if you would just stand and be recognized. But those went to Jorah Harbaugh, Brianna Payne, and Aubrey Young. Okay, joining us today to present the Ed and Judy Markle Scholarship is Connie Vogt, and I believe Liz will be accompanying her. Everyone needs that.
Yeah, she is my moral support. Okay, so we need Jorah, Brianna, Abigail, and Gavin. And hopefully I get through this. This is Jorah. Abigail. We are pleased to inform you that you have been selected as the recipient of one of the first thanks, Ed and Judy Markle scholarships. Ed and Judy believe that determination and hard work carried community and others as well as setting reachable goals are important to succeed. You have been selected because we feel you have shown to have these qualities. The award is in the amount of $250. It can be used for anything needed. Gas, pencils, whatever you need. McDonald's. The Markle family looks forward to watching your successes in future and wishes. And we wish you the best of luck. You stay here. Okay, Gavin. We are pleased to inform you that you have been selected as a recipient of one of the first Ed and Judy Markle scholarships. Ed and Judy believed that determination and hard work, caring for community and others, as well as setting reachable goals are important to succeed. You have been selected because we feel you show all these qualities. Your award is to cover the cost of your trademark for your brand. If you don't know, he does a clothing line. We were brought up that college tech schools weren't important. Not everybody can go. But everybody has goals and dreams, and that is more important than a higher education to some. Because of that, that's why you were chosen. Thank you. And hopefully it gets better next year, easier.
Yes, juniors, apply next year.
You do not have to go to college.
All right, ready? All right, Mrs. Harbaugh calculated our first semester honor roll where students are recognized for academic achievement. Students will be being recognized today for three sections of their GPA. Students receiving honorable mention achieved a 3.0 to a 3.5 GPA. And then students who achieved a 3.51 to 3.84 GPA will receive honors recognition. And then students who achieved 3.85 to 4.0 will receive high honors.
I'm going to do the honorable mention recipients first. So I'll call all the names. How about we have everybody come down and then we'll clap at the end, if that's okay. Brock Stedman, Braylon Fields, Blake Stuckey. Come on down. Don't be shy. Brian Stedman, Gage Stauffer, Cooper Schultz, Matthew Hicks, Izzy McKinney, and let's see, and Braden Teagarden. You can clap now. Thank you. I was just kidding. There's a few more of that. Michael Lyon, Jolie Satterwhite, Skyden Christick, Nathan Hoyt, Riley Groves, Logan Graber. I think you can clap again if you want. Thanks. Okay, those receiving the honors honor roll, this is the 3.51 to 3.84. If you will come on down. Aubrey Young, Landon Whitey, McKenna Vogel, Alex Nolan, Phoenix Schmidt, Sarah Ulrich, Brogan Stuckey, Cale Johnson, Bo Berry, Matthew Rogers, Cordell Colton, and Christian Chandler. If you'll notice, my stack for the high honors, which is the 3.85 to 4.0, is the largest of all, so it's pretty impressive, high schoolers. Good job. So come on down when I call your name. Chance Geyser, Claire Miller, Olivia Nolan, Samantha Yoder, you can have those, Leah Detter, Jolie Harbaugh, Noah Perry, James White, Hazen Willis, sophomores, on to juniors, Kaylee Blue, Copper Collins, Jaylee Deal, Sophia England, Emma Hendrickson, Trinity Cruz, Jaden McGinnis, lots of juniors here, Danae McClelland, Reagan McClelland, Mercedes Mose, he might have yours, sorry. Sadie Nisley.
Got an entire stack here.
Sorry. Brock Rogers. Kara Schultz. Carlin Stuckey. And Bailey Young rounds out the juniors. Okay, seniors, Allison Colton, Jorah Harbaugh, Brett McClelland, Brianna Payne, Kai Smith, we're getting a little backed up here, Timothy Ulrich, sorry, they're in reverse order for you, Grace Webster, and Abigail White. Good job, Tim. No, I'll give it to you.
Thank goodness I get to shake your hand.
Sorry, that was a bad shake. Good job, Abby. And Jen. Keep up the good work.
Brock, is he here?
He didn't come down and get his.
Okay, how about I push that down?
Should we talk about him anyways?
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, well, he's not with us this morning, but we want to definitely take time to recognize him. Pretty Prairie High School has a couple of students who are in training with the Pretty Prairie Fire Department. One of those students is graduating on Saturday, and this morning we'd like to recognize his service to the safety of our community with a red honor cord, which he will be able to wear on Saturday at graduation. Please help me congratulate Brock Stedman. KU. Everyone in this room has once received a good grade, and many of you were just recognized for a semester's worth of achievement. It is a great feeling and accomplishment. Since their 9th grade year, the seniors have been working hard to accomplish their goals for maintaining good grades in all of their classes. The following seniors are being recognized for their consistent hard work for averaging a 3.5 grade point average or higher over their 4 years of high school. They will receive honor cords this morning that they will wear for their graduation ceremony on Saturday. Will the following 10 seniors please come forward for this distinction? Jorah Harbaugh, Brett McClelland, Brianna Payne, Abigail White, Timothy Ulrich, Allison Colton, Kai Smith, Landon Whitey, Aubrey Young, and Grace Webster. Congrats, guys.
Actually, if you were just up here, just stay. Could I have all the seniors come down, please? Yeah, just stay on up here. So it's a small but very mighty class, as most of you are aware. But we like to take this time every year to just tell you what each of them are planning to do after they graduate. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Braylon Fields, he's on the end down there if you don't know Braylon, is planning to attend HCC and do their welding program. Good job, Braylon. Allison Colton, there she is planning to make a lot of money and work after school. Good job, Allison. Jorah Harbaugh, here she is planning to attend Sterling College on a basketball scholarship. She's planning to major in business and minor in art, and then go to WSU Tech for interior design after that as well. Stacy would like you to look at her. Gavin, is it Kadinger or Codinger? I always say it wrong. Kadinger, sorry. I should have gone over that beforehand. Anyways, Gavin is planning to work for Putnam Concrete after he graduates. Good job, Gavin. Brett McClelland, there he is planning to attend K-State and major in chemical engineering and be a part of the marching and concert bands. Good job, Brett. Alex Nolan, he's this guy here, yep, wave to the admiring crowd, is planning to finish the automotive mechanic program that he started this year at HCC and then complete a diesel mechanic program after that. Brianna Payne is planning to attend HCC and then the undetermined four-year college after that. She's keeping her options open and planning to major in graphic design. Kai Smith is planning to attend KU and major in biochemistry to become an astrobiologist. When he told me that, I said, "What is that?" Because it sounded way above my head, so good job, Kai. He's also going to be in the honors program at KU, so well done. Timothy Ulrich is planning to attend Calvary University in Kansas City, Missouri, to study worship arts and Christian contemporary music. McKenna Vogel earned herself a full-ride basketball scholarship to Barton County Community College. We are very proud of you. She is planning to major in physical education and minor in coaching. Good job. Grace Webster, that's her, is planning to attend Southwestern College. She has a volleyball scholarship. She's going to major in business and then would like to go on and get her criminal justice degree. Landon Whitey earned a full ride ROTC scholarship, and he's going to K-State. He's planning to major in mechanical engineering. Good job, Landon. Abigail White is planning to attend the University of St. Mary's. That's in Leavenworth, if you're not sure. She has a track and cross-country scholarship. She's planning to major in pre-med, thinking biology, chemistry, something sciencey. And she's also in the honors program as well. Good job, Abby. And last but definitely not the least, Aubrey Young is planning to attend Sterling College on a volleyball scholarship and major in athletic training. Good job, Aubrey. And I'm going to give something to my buddies really quick, too. As you can see, I have a lot of buddies in this class, so thank you. You may sit down. Okay, here joining us today to present the community scholarships. We're doing this a little different this year and invited them to come to this as well. But Chris Fall is here. Are you guys coming up with her? Also, Carmen Unruh and Kathy Larson are going to present those today.
Good morning, and wow, what an impressive group. This is so much fun to be here with you today and present these awards. Just a brief moment of history here. The Pretty Prairie Community Scholarship was started more than 50 years ago by the Pretty Prairie Study Club, nurtured especially by Mary Alice Graber and continuously supported by this generous community. These awards would not be possible without the hard work and generosity of several community organizations, and particularly some industrious individuals, as well as those who attend events benefiting our community scholarship fund, or make individual donations, or remember their loved ones with memorial gifts. This fund provides the awards for the valedictorian and salutatorian each year, in addition to the number of memorial scholarships. This scholarship program is impressive for a community of our size, and I can say that because I've lived in several different communities. This is impressive. We appreciate the community's ongoing support and commitment to this program. And I'm going to begin this morning with the salutatorian scholarship, but first I want to say, this was started in 1963. The very first scholarship was to just one valedictorian, and it was $25. So you can see that this fund has grown, and we're very proud of that. So beginning this morning, the scholarship award for salutatorian of the class of 2022 is Timothy Ulrich. Congratulations, Timothy. Next, we would also like to express our congratulations to our 2022 valedictorians. And we have 4. Jorah Harbaugh, Brianna Payne, Abigail White, and Brett McClelland. Would you please come forward and receive your awards? Congratulations on your academic achievements, and you should all be very proud of those accomplishments. The rest of the awards that we're going to present this morning require the student to complete an application process. Some of these awards also require the recommendation of a teacher or a coach. The process is pretty simple, and underclassmen out there, we do encourage you to apply. Please do apply each year. The first scholarship award is for the Mary Alice Graber Founders Scholarship. You might remember that Mrs. Graber was instrumental in developing this community scholarship program and was a staunch supporter of Pretty Prairie youth. We are blessed to announce our recipients this morning are Aubrey Young and Brett McClelland. The Jeremiah Smith Scholarship was established in memory of a Pretty Prairie graduate who consistently exemplified a positive attitude and a strong work ethic. It is our honor to announce that this year's recipient is Grace Webster.
No, I like them.
The W.W. and Jean Graber Scholarship was established to recognize community service, citizenship, and scholarship. And I can say that W.W. Graber, we called him Sprig, was very instrumental in this community and also the state of Kansas in his service, especially to farmers. This year's recipient of the W.W. and Jean Graber Community Service Scholarship is Kai Smith. We are also privileged this morning to present the Bruce Vorn Scholar Athlete Award. Students are considered for this award based upon their academic and athletic achievement, as well as the positive example they set for others. This year's recipients are Jorah Harbaugh and Kai Smith. Our remaining awards are selected by either family or the memorialized individual or high school teachers rather than the scholarship committee. The first of these is the Crosley Memorial Scholarship, and here to tell you a little bit more about the Crosley Scholarship and announce the recipient is Ms. Debbie Mead, a former USD 311 teacher. Welcome.
Hi, kids. 4 years ago, when I had you as 8th graders, I told you it would go fast. Did it? Yeah. In 1999, my mom, Madeline Crosley, lost her 5-year battle with ovarian cancer. She taught history here for 20 years, retiring in 1991 as I started here. She would have loved all you kids with all your activities and achievements. Teaching was a big part of her life, attending a one-room school in the 1930s, losing her father when she was 6 from a ruptured appendix, and being raised on a farm by a single mom taught her perseverance. She attended the College of Emporia from 1949 to 1953. Learning was her life. Quiz, or Scholars Bowl, as you guys call it today, was her love. After her death, a former student said he remembered her crutch for the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th Amendment. tax the senators to buy booze for the women. Think about it. She sat in the stands at the 1996 state basketball game, and in 1998 also, as the battle with cancer took its toll. She climbed the hills of Olmego in 1998 to see a grandson run in the state cross-country meet. How excited she would have been this year at all your achievements and accomplishments in everything in this school and the kind of people you've turned out to be. Her legacy is here in the school, and her family and I doesn't get any easier, Connie and Liz. Her family and I are so honored to present 2 scholarships in her memory to Abby White and Aubrey Young.
Thank you, Debbie. We also have the privilege of announcing the Darrell Dugan Math Award. This recipient must show excellence, interest, and initiative in the area of math. This year's recipient is Kai Smith. The Quiet Place Singers Scholarship Award is presented each year to a student showing leadership, talent, and dedication in the area of music and is selected by the music teacher. This year's recipient, Timothy Ulrich. Each year, we honor forensic students, and this is a big year for forensics. Congratulations to all forensic students on your state award, first place state. Way to go! The recipient is selected by the forensics teacher, and this award recognizes effort and achievement in the area of forensics. This year's honor will be shared by Grace Webster, Kai Smith, and Timothy Ulrich. Congratulations. Our last award this morning is new to the Pretty Prairie Community Scholarship Fund. Kenton Warner was a 1961 graduate of Pretty Prairie High School before there were scholarships here. He passed away early this year, and his family chose to honor his memory with a scholarship. The first recipient of the Kenton D. Warner Scholarship is Abigail White. This concludes our community scholarships. Thank you and congratulations to all our 22 graduates. You are awesome. You have proven yourself across the state, and we are going to look forward to watching you in the next 4 years. Congratulations.
Let's give the Pretty Prairie Community Scholarship Committee a big hand once again for help and support you guys. Thanks, Chris. We'd like to take this time now to recognize our salutatorian and valedictorians. We have a medal to give to each of you that you will wear for graduation, and we're going to read to you what Mrs. Anderson will be reading at your graduation. First, our salutatorian. Our salutatorian has been a member of the National Honor Society since his sophomore year. He performed in the KMEA State Class 1A and 2A Honor Band, qualified with his teammates for State Scholars Bowl for 3 years, and qualified for State Forensics for all 4 years of high school. We are proud of his composite score of 31 on his ACT test, and he plans to attend Calvary University to study worship arts and Christian contemporary music. Please welcome our 2022 PPHS salutatorian, Timothy Ulrich. As Chris mentioned earlier, we have the privilege to recognize 4 valedictorians for PPHS. Our co-valedictorian is recognized as a Kansas Governor's Scholar honoree, the Heart of the Plains League Top 10% Academic Honor Award winner, and a Red Cross Scholarship recipient. She has participated in several state-level activities such as cross-country, basketball, track, and music. She continues to be involved with the surrounding community, making and distributing homemade quilts and blankets to shelter homes around Prairie. She plans to continue her education at St. Mary University to study pre-med and to join a humanitarian aid program. Please help me congratulate PPHS Class of 2022 co-valedictorian Abigail White. Our co-valedictorian is a recipient of the Kansas State University Scholar Award, the KSU Merit Scholarship, and the Carl R. Ice College of Engineering Scholarship. He plans on attending Kansas State University this coming fall to pursue a degree in chemical engineering. Please help me congratulate PPHS Class of 2022 co-valedictorian Brett McClelland. We got to mention that he's going to be in that KSU marching band, so we're going to add that, right? Yes. Our co-valedictorian is a recipient of the Presidential and Leadership Program scholarships and the Family Benefit Scholarship from Hutchinson Community College, where she plans to enroll this coming fall. Her plans are to major in graphic design and continue her education at a 4-year university after graduating from HCC. Please help me congratulate PPHS Class of 2022 co-valedictorian, Brianna Payne. Our co-valedictorian served as president of the Student Council, for which she was a representative for 3 years. She is a recipient to a number of awards as a student athlete, including multiple state medals in track and field, the All-Reno County basketball team for 3 years, All-State basketball team, and All-State honorable mention. She was a member of the Bulldog state runner-up volleyball team and state championship basketball team. She plans to attend Sterling College in the fall to major in business and minor in art and continue her basketball career. After graduating from Sterling College, she plans to attend Wichita State University Tech for a degree in interior design. Please help me congratulate PPHS Class of 2022 co-valedictorian, Jorah Harbaugh. Let's give all 5 of them another hand. Okay, now we have a long string of academics and athletic awards to give, and we are not even at the halfway point. So what we would like to do at this time is shift over. We're going to start off with our National Honor Society and Microsoft Office certifications. Please welcome Ms. Richards.
So I'm going to start with the National Honor Society recipients. During their sophomore year, students are encouraged to, or they're invited to apply if they have a 3.0 GPA. And the application process is pretty long. They have to list all the stuff that they've done and all the things that they've been involved in. And then it goes to a committee of faculty, and the faculty decide. I don't have a say in it. Mr. Hedrick doesn't have a say in it. It's a faculty committee that decides. And so these people have all been involved in National Honor Society. If they'll come forward to get their honor cords, as I call their name, Allison Colton. Jorah Harbaugh. Brett McClelland. Brianna Payne. Kai Smith. Timothy Ulrich. Grace Webster. Landon Whitey. McKenna Vogel.
Oh, other side of you, sorry, Ms. Richards, thank you.
Abigail White. And Aubrey Young. I'm missing one. Oh.
That's awkward. Do you want to share one? We'll just share it. We'll
Did
just
someone
watch
get-
it together.
So,
That's pretty cute.
National Honor Society is a pretty big deal. It looks, you know, yeah, they're sharing one. So, they do community service in the community. We've been involved in the community cleanup the last few years. And these are just a great group of kids. Whatever I need them to do, they do. So it's pretty cool. So, congratulations. Okay, Aubrey got her cords. This year I've had the privilege to teach a Microsoft Office certification class. I've had 2 students in it, but they've done very well. And so they already have their certificates because they go to Wichita to actually be proctored in this test. But Timothy Ulrich has earned his Microsoft Word Office Certification Specialist. And then they can stand. And then Izzy McKinney has earned not only her Word, but her Excel certifications, and we are going again tomorrow for her to work on her, what are you doing tomorrow? Access, PowerPoint, and Outlook. So she will be considered a full Microsoft Office specialist at the end of this. So congratulate them. They've done a really good job.
Okay, now we're going to move on to Mrs. McDaniel. She's going to recognize our students for ServSafe Food Handler certifications.
Good morning. I had several students who passed the ServSafe Food Handler training program with a 90% or better. These certificates are valuable to people who are going into the food service field. And so what I've been told is that if you score high enough and earn one of these certificates, it's very, employers are very impressed with that, and it could even help you make more money. So I had 2 classes of culinary essentials this year. And in the first class, I had 2 people who passed with a 90% or better, James White and Braden Teagarden. Would you please come and get your certificates? Some of our students are already working in food service. And in my last hour class, Claire Miller, Olivia Nolan, Kaylee Robinson, Gage Stoffer, Tate Stuckey, Samantha Yoder, Trinity Cruz, Justin Anders, Christian Chandler, and Braden Smith. Oh, here, I went backwards, sorry. Mhm. Kaylee, where's Kaylee? Okay, that's Gage, Tate. Samantha, Christian. Where's Trinity? Where's Trinity? Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now we're ready for Mr. Johnson for Scholars Bowl.
While I'm talking for a little bit, let's have all the Scholars Bowl participants come up, freshmen through seniors. And while they're walking up here, oh, and remove your hat, please, if you have one on. Mrs. Crosley was brought up, former Scholars Bowl coach, and also her strategy for remembering the amendments 16 through 19. And I have to admit, I have stolen that, but I give credit. This class knows. I'm like, this was a Mrs. Crosley tactic that was for those 4 amendments. And what a amazing person. I got to know her. I was there the day when she walked those hills. I was coaching her grandson, Jonathan. So great to hear those stories. This year, what an amazing year. But first, we hosted 2 Scholars Bowl meets. We don't do that very often. And what an amazing food we had from Mrs. McDaniel. Thank you, Mrs. McDaniel. Not many league meets start with almost a 4-course meal, basically, was being served, and the teams really appreciated that, and it obviously fueled us to a league championship. Also, thank you for that. I would really like to recognize my juniors and seniors, though, and also Noah Perry, who traveled all the way to regional with us to be a volunteer helper and scorekeeper, and is part of the future, without a doubt, of this squad over the next couple years. The juniors, Jaden, Sophie, Emma, and Phoenix, and Jaden, Sophie, and Emma were key parts of league, regional, invitational championships. Let me run through some of that. We had second at Mountain Ridge. We were second at Skyline. We were South Barber champions. We got third at Inman with 24 teams there. We were third place, beat by a 2A state, I think, trophy winner, and by another, like maybe 1A trophy winner. And then, we, like I mentioned, we won our league championship. We were second at regional, and on that note, in finals, we went 3-2. And we thought maybe we'll get the tiebreaker for third and we'll qualify for state. Instead, we ended up second. And then the very next week, we go to state and we go 3-2 in pool. Think, oh, we're going to advance on. And no, that was good enough for fourth. So the same 3-2 record got us into state, but the same 3-2 record denied us from our final round of pool play. And the seniors, Tim, Kai, and Brett, without a doubt, Brett was definitely one of the most dominant players this year in 1A. A lot of jeopardy watching has paid off for Brett, no doubt. Kai had some great rounds also. An Astro visits us on your Scholars Bowl team. You know, that's great coaching right there. All right. And then Tim, you know, here's a kid that gets a question about The Streak, which is a 1970s oddball song, and he knows the singer is Ray Stevens, and the judges are aghast. Nobody else got that whole day, and that whole 20 teams there, nobody got it except Tim Ulrich. So not many coaches have that type of variety of knowledge, and this is all they're doing. Great job. Let's keep it going over the next several years. Thank you.
All right, we like to now shift to Mrs. Michelle Lesage. She's going to present our mini forensics awards. Mrs. Lesage.
Okay, I need Kai, Tim, Grace, Jaylee, Danae, Copper, Reagan, Kara, Sophie, Carlin, Emma, Jaden, Phoenix, Sadie, and Logan up here, please. As far as lettering goes, they all lettered. The way I do it is if you finish in finals, you've lettered. If you qualify for state, you've lettered. They've all done that, so they all have lettered. I'm going to tell you a little bit about forensics because some of you don't know this, but in order to go to state, they have to compete against 1A through 6A schools. Okay, so it's not just our classification. They go up against schools of every size. We go out to different meets. We went out to 6 meets this year. The state allows 8. Some of the bigger schools that we competed against were Pratt High, Bueller, Clearwater, Cheney, Kingman, Cimarron, Hugoton. Okay, and like I said, to get to go, you've got to finish first or second in your event in order to qualify for state. We run 10 separate events. I won't go into all of those, but it's a lot of work. Raise your hands, just out of curiosity. How many of you are in one event? How many are in 2? Let's go that direction. How many of you have been in 3 events? How many of you run 4 events? 5? Okay, we're getting up there. So they're willing to try several events in order to compete. How did we do this year? Like I said, we had 6 meets. We were second at Kinsley. We lost by 3 points to Bueller. It was almost worth it in a way to watch that man sweat. And he was sweating because he was almost going to be beaten by a little woman with the little team from Pretty Prairie, Kansas, but we didn't quite get him. Second at Clearwater to a team that did go on to get second in 2A this year. I did look her up. Flint Hill, she's a wonderful coach. She even wrote to wish us good luck this year. We got first at Medicine Lodge, first at South Barber, second at Cheney. We lost to Pratt by 1 point. I said, that's okay because we beat you most of the time. She was due one. And then we did win league for the 11th time in a row, consecutive. We didn't have COVID league, but otherwise we won. They've done very well. I'm very proud of them. When you go to state, you're only allowed to enter 16 events. We had 26 events qualify, which makes it kind of hard on me because I have to choose the 10 that don't get to go. And a lot of times I don't choose well. Always. So it was, yes, this year we did well. Let's see, what else I want to tell you? I also do want to point out, I sent kids on to festival because they're state champs. Champs is run where you have to compete all day long, and festival is more like music. You do go up in front of a judge, and that judge will give you a 1, 2, or 3, or a 4. So Logan went in extemp. He got a 1 at festival. And then Phoenix got a 1 in prose and a 1 in poetry. So, you know. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? Okay, so when we went to champs, I think you need to know, it's a little different if you've not done forensics. It's kind of a grueling day in a way. I don't know if they'll tell you this, but, you know, when you're up at 3:15 in the morning and you leave at 5, and you drive, you know, to Salina, and then they're involved in 3 rounds where they compete, and the pressure's on them to make sure they go in the right room. If they go in the wrong room, they're automatically put to the bottom, but nobody went in the wrong room, so yay. And if they, they're judged, and if they do well enough out of all the other kids that are up there, then they go into what's called semifinals, and you have 2 rooms, there's 12, 2 rooms of 6 and 6. Okay, so if they do well enough in semifinals, they turn around and they repeat what they've already done again. So they do this again in finals. So they're doing this all day long, and this lasted from 8 until 5 o'clock that these kids are going, competing, giving, producing. So you got to be mentally tough. You can see we got really, really bright kids up here. They're very motivated. As far as I told you, we could take 16 out of the 16, 15 qualified for semis. So right there is a wonderful achievement. And out of the 15 that qualified for semis, 7 went on to go on into finals. And I want to give the results of those. Students, the ones who, all of them finished in the top 12. So you've got to realize that even if they didn't make it on into finals, they are in the top 12 in the state. Okay, so that's an achievement. And then in the top 6, Kai, let's see, what were you, 4th in Syria? Fourth in, no, I was going the other way. Let's go the other way. Students finishing in the top 12 of the state, Kai was in serious solo in the top 12. Sophie was in serious solo in the top 12. Jaden in extemp. Kara in Inform. The 3 duets were all in the top 12. Okay, so be Kara and Reagan, Jaylee and Danae, Tim and Sadie. You guys saw them perform, so you have an idea of what they did. And Tim in Humorous. Now, the ones that, let's see, do I not have this? I surely have this. This would be terrible if I don't have this. Okay, so the top 6 medal winners at state. Kai was 4th in extemp. Carlin was 4th in oration. I'm going to point out Carlin was a novice this year. She's a junior, but it was the first year she tried forensics, and she finished in the top 6 at state. Reagan was 5th in oration. Copper was 4th in prose. Copper was 5th in humorous solo, if you saw her zombies. Jaylee was 5th in informative. Jaylee is also a novice. This is the first year she tried it. And Jaden was 1st in informative, so you have a state champion up here. Overall, the team results were PPHS 307, Sylvan Lucas 284, and Coldwater South Central 255, and then on down from there. So we are your 2022 state speech champions. I'm very proud of these kids. Okay, I'm going to hand these out, and then we'll sit down. Here, I'm going to have you do me a favor. Give these to, you get one and give them to the other side.
All right.
Okay, Jaylee.
If I can get the back.
Okay, you're right. I need to, you're right. Kara? You'll get one. First grade.
Okay.
These are certificates for performing at state. I'm going to point out, we've gone to state year after year after year, and we've gotten seconds, we've gotten thirds, we've gotten fourths. And I told my fellow coaches, I said, by golly, we're a bride instead of a bridesmaid. This is really cool. I'm really proud of you guys, so thank you.
I just want to point out that next year's forensics team, if we keep the exact same lineup we have now, minus the seniors, next year's team will be completely seniors except for Logan. So this year's freshmen and sophomores, please join the program. There are so many of you out there that I know would be incredible at it, and I don't want this in 2 years' time to be just one person, so.
Well said, Tim. Very good. Now we're going to move on to another fine arts. We're going to invite Mrs. Gumble and Mrs. Ramirez to come up for band and choir.
everybody stand up and stretch while we get set up. Stand up, talk, stretch, because I want you to pay attention to us when we're done. Stand up, stretch. Join yoga club. You got 30 seconds. We're almost ready. Keep talking. So do all these. Well, do you want to do it as they come up? Okay. Has it been 30 seconds? I'm looking at Grace. All right, we're going to talk fast, so sit down and listen. All right, this year, we're going to call your names, and we'd like you to come up, get your stuff, and go sit down again. So a lot of this. We have letter winners, and to letter in band or choir, you need to earn 100 points extra than just being in band or choir. You need to take a solo or be in an ensemble, help with something, somewhere, sometime, give of your own time outside of class. And then there is a key, which is an extra award above and beyond if you earn more points. I think it was 200 for choir, 150 for band, and then you get a key. That means you've done more. You've gone to state, you've gone to regionals, you've gone to league, lots and lots of time, like Michelle Lesage was talking about, lots of time. So we have lots of awards to give out. And Mrs. Gumble has graciously written on your envelope what all is in there, so you can keep track of that. We also have state awards in there for the vocal side, because I messed up and handed them out in class. Sorry, band kids. So this is the first year we've had, sit down. I know I'm mean. This is first time in ever that we've taken a bus of kids to State Solo and Ensemble Festival. So that was really awesome. So congratulations to those kiddos. And I'm rambling. What else do you want to say? We're good? All right, here we go. I need their names. Yeah. Seven, I don't know how to say your last name. Seven Bratcher, choir, letter, and key. Come on, we're going to clap at the very end, the very, very end. Okay? How about I get the box?
Yeah, you get the box hand.
There we go. Addie Barr, band, letter, and key. Come on, kiddos. Bo Berry, band, letter, and key. Christian Chandler, band, letter, and key. Run. Copper Collins. I'm not teasing. If you're in band or choir, you should probably just start moving toward the edge, okay? But don't talk. Copper Collins, choir, letter, and key. Band, letter, and key. Lots of state awards. Colby Collins, band, letter, and key. Cordell Colton, choir, letter. Jaylee Deals, choir, letter, and key. Sophia England, band, letter, and key. Choir, letter, and key. Lots of state awards. Braylon Fields, band, letter, and state awards. Chance Geisler, band, letter, and state awards. Riley Groves, they're all going to say state awards, so. Riley Groves, choir, letter, and key. Kaya Goodchild, choir, letter, and key. Logan Graber, band, letter, and key. Nathan Hoyt, choir, letter. Brett McClelland, band, letter, and key. Danae McClelland, choir, letter, and key. Izzy McKinney, choir, letter, and key. Claire Miller, choir, letter, and key. Sadie Nisley, band, letter, and key. Olivia Nolan, choir, letter, and key. Sorry, I'm going too fast. Noah Perry, band, letter, and key. Blaine Rogers, choir, letter, and key. Matthew Rogers, band and choir, letter, and key. Kaylee Robinson, choir, letter, and key. Jolie Satterwhite, choir and band, letter, and choir, key. Phoenix Schmidt, choir, letter, and key. Kara Schultz, band, letter, and key. Brogan Stuckey, band, letter, and key. Braden Teagarden, band, letter, and key. Hold on. Oops, I still got him. Here you go. There you go. Sorry. Was I on Tim? Timothy Ulrich, band, letter, and key. Choir, letter, and key. Lots of state awards. Sarah Ulrich, choir, letter, and key. Don't die.
Why
We
not?
need you. We need you. At least till Saturday. Grace Webster. We need him all the time. Grace Webster, get up here. Choir, letter, and key. Band, letter, and key. James White III, band, letter, and key. Hazen Willis, band, letter, and key. And Samantha Yoder, band, letter, and key. And choir, letter, and key. All right, clap. You got Chris? People that are not here. All right. Fewer awards, and I have the mic. All right, we give in the band world. They do a lot. They do a lot. They're at your games. They march in the heat, and they come in before and after school, and they do, I don't know, lots of things. Anyway, so I have a worksheet. They put in all the extra things they've done through the year, and they get points for each, different points for different things. And the top point winners, plus being good humans, get extra awards. So that's the director's prerogative. Our secondary award is called the Director's Choice Award. This person gives extra all the time, is on time all the time, has their stuff all the time, runs the class half the time. I was gone a lot, right? So this person was in charge quite a bit. And then when I send them off to learn, like Mrs. Lesage does, sends them off to learn their solos and their ensembles, this person led their ensemble, and their ensemble actually got a 1 at state solo and ensemble contest. So it is my pleasure to honor Copper Collins as this year's Director's Choice Award. This next award is called the John Philip Sousa Award. It is our top award in the band world. And this person also is a great leader, is always on time, always has their stuff, leads their section well, half the time runs the class. I didn't actually teach this year. She led the class half the time. This other person led the class half the time. That's a lie. I did teach, Mrs. Anderson. I did teach. Yeah, and you know him, and he leads the pep. He and Copper together kind of lead class and lead the pep band. This is for Tim Ulrich. Take it away, Miss Gumbel.
Okay. There are too many kids that help me out through the year. Yeah, I'm not going to walk back and forth. I've never been accused of not being heard. I have been accused of scaring other teachers, but not being heard. Okay, so these awards, the very first ones are our Outstanding Leadership Award. And I chose a soprano, tenor, bass, alto from each section that run the class. They can hear me fine. I know, they can hear me fine. Okay, so the first one, our Outstanding Leadership Award goes to Blaine Rogers. Blaine is the rock underneath the basses that keep everybody on the right note. That's my brother! Outstanding Tenor and Leadership Award obviously goes to Timothy Ulrich. Thank you, Timothy. Tim developed perfect pitch, which he can always tell when I forgot to change the pitch on the piano. So thank you, Timothy. Outstanding alto. And leadership, she makes sure we're towing the line on that, was Copper Collins. Copper is planning on going into teaching, and she's got to witness firsthand this year. I kept asking her, "Are you sure?" But she's like, "Yes, I think so." Thank you. Our outstanding soprano is, of course, Sophia England, who never fails to tell me how she thinks. Okay, also in choir, we have an outstanding vocalist award this year. And this person, she's quiet, but she's solid. She is a leader through and through. And she is the first person since I've been here that actually made District Honor Choir this year. So that award goes to Izzy McKinney. And the Assistant Choir Director Choice Award, whether you want her to or not, she has a tendency to lead the class, but I really, really needed her this year since I didn't have an accompanist. She led the class so that I could work with kids in other rooms, and she towed the line. And I met her when she was in 5th or 6th grade, and I grabbed my clarinet and I sat down in the clarinet section. And we kept getting in trouble by Mrs. Ramirez because we would keep talking. And I looked at her and I said, you know, if we would have met when I was in school, we would have been best friends and been in so much trouble. So to my bestie who's graduating, Grace Webster.
Did you hear that, Olivia? I got the Bestie Award.
We're moving one out, and I've got a new one in who's just as feisty as that one is. Okay. And then we have this person who has volunteered. She goes under the radar to a lot of things, but never to me. She's always there. I love her so dearly. Danae, you are the rock. And thank you. Where are you at? Come up here. Okay, these last two awards are the most positive influence in our class. And I'll tell you what, no matter how the day's going, you know they're going to bring the temperature up a lot, and then you have to reel them back in. But they keep us in stitches. So would Phoenix Schmidt and Matthew Rogers please come up? Thank you.
Let's give all of our fine arts teachers and kids a big hand. Before we move into the athletic section of our awards assembly, I'd like to invite up Mr. Day to talk about Ag, FFA, and State.
Okay, what a year. We have gotten a long ways in just a short amount of time. So, Just for starters on the farm, we had multiple people help with this, and we have had multiple people to congratulate for, especially Kristen for helping move everything around and help get meat in and help kind of plan out some meals and how many pounds of protein we was going to need. She's not here, but first off, big round of applause for her because she's helped get this whole thing together. Like I said, there's several people that made the farm a success, and ever since we got this grant to be able to produce food for our own school, we didn't really know how big it was going to get, but it's been pretty overwhelming, alarming, I guess. With this next batch coming up, we're looking at producing well over 1,000 pounds of protein for our schools. Multiple people to thank. When you hear your name, come on up, and we're going to at least talk about a few kids. Memphis, Kale, Caden, Kaya, Holden, Hazen, Nathan, Justin, Caleb. So without these guys, I would not have been able to get a lot done. The welding crew was able to build a full-fledged 4-pig feeding floor within just a couple months with never seeing a feeding floor. So that was fun to design and engineer with them. We've got the animal science and agri-science kids that have helped me castrate. Where's Kaya? Well, Kaya is not afraid to castrate a boar. She is not afraid to do it. So, boys, watch out. Help me vaccinate. They help me. They're not afraid to get dirty. They help me with the breeding shots. Nathan helped me artificially inseminate the pigs. And now we've produced more than 5 litters, and it's going strong with the pig side of things. With the cattle, they always help me with the animal behavior, with vaccinations, with worming. And so super big shout out to these guys. And then Justin and Caleb, they're my scrap crew. They make sure that all the scraps that we use to feed out the pigs get to my truck, and I never have to worry about whenever I'm gone if they're getting collected or not. So just for the farm itself, I mean, half of these guys are famous. They was on the news. I don't know if you knew that or not. So they're kind of awesome. So just a big round of applause for these guys. Thank you. Now on to the awards situation. So since we have our awards ceremony this Friday, I won't be giving out any, but I will be looking at acknowledging several. Can my state crews come up? So this was between ag communications, ag mechanics, and also speech. First off, Kaylee Blue qualified for speech, which she will be going to in a couple of weeks. And a huge shout out to Mrs. Lesage for helping us with time constraints. And actually, the speech that was written was thanks to her thoughts on Kansas farms. It happened after COVID, and a bunch of farmers got together, made a Facebook page, and one guy in particular. And so that was a wonderful subject, and Kaylee was able to cover it really well, and she qualified for state, and she will be, she got 5th in the district, and only because she was a few seconds short. So big shout out to that. Then we've got the comm and the ag mechanics teams. We have never competed in a state ag comm or mechanics contest, not statewide. The reason being is because most ag teachers don't really take their kids unless they've placed in the top 3 or 4 because you're not going to place. Like Mrs. Lesage said, we always compete against anywhere from 1A schools to 6A schools. The majority of these kids are going to be juniors and seniors. As you can see before you, we have sophomores and freshmen, 1 junior. So the simple fact that these kids competed at something they've never competed at before and were able to beat out a bunch of 6A schools and seniors, that goes to show you what kind of focus these kids have. Because, well, just to give you an example, we beat Bueller, we beat Arc City, we beat Marion, that puts on our ag mechanics contest for the district. We beat multiple 4 and 5A schools at state competitions. So I am pretty proud of this group. They've done really well. A testament to what kind of talent they have and what kind of focus and just responsibility they have. We just brought in a mower. They brought the heads off, took the gaskets off, converted torque pounds a foot into torque pound inches, transferred everything over, and without even one full rotation of a key, it started up and it ran like a top. I didn't have to do one thing to it. That's the kind of mentality I want in the shop, and that's what they've shown me. So I'm really appreciative of these guys, and for placing 10th in both categories, I'm just really proud of them. So give them a round of applause. Thank you.
All right, now we're ready for our athletic part of the assembly, and we're going to welcome up Coach Blue for cheerleading.
So at the end of the school year last year, I had a group of girls ask me if I'd be interested in being the high school cheerleading coach, and I thought, are they crazy or am I for agreeing? I've watched the majority of this group grow up, and I couldn't ask for a better group of girls and Yell Leader Phoenix. I have definitely learned a lot and may not have been able to teach them a cheer, but I can order uniforms, accessories, organize fundraisers, drive them to games, put in bows, and help with wardrobe malfunctions. So what do I say about my senior captains? If it wasn't for Miss McKenna Vogel, I would have been lost. She worked tirelessly with me to pick out uniforms, plan and organize fundraisers, teach the newbies all the cheers, chants, jumps, and stunts, with all the other activities she was involved in. So thank you very much, as you were my right-hand man. Webby, where you at? What do I say about you? You can never have a bad practice with Grace's enthusiasm, which was usually energy drink induced, and her positivity. I was given numerous nicknames from Webby throughout the season. I'm still not for sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing. She also worked tirelessly to help teach the newbies all of the new material prior to the sports season. They rocked their captain duties, and I will definitely miss you both next year. I also want to thank the coaches and staff for your support, and all of the sports teams and the awesome ride we've been on to all of the state championships. I especially want to thank Scott, Jenny, and the girls basketball team for letting us be a part of such an exciting moment in Prairie history. It will be one I won't forget for a very long time, and everybody lettered this year.
Now we're ready for Coach Young for the volleyball team.
What? Oh no, where did you put it? It's right outside.
Okay, I'm going to start off by saying I will be crying by the end of this. Okay, this group of girls has been absolutely the most fun group of children to work with. From the time, the seniors especially, from the time they were being coached by Stacy back in 3rd grade, all the way through their senior year of high school. Thank you, girls, for being such a wonderful group of kids. Anyway, we're going to start off by letter winners so I can get myself composed. Jolie, where are you? Leah? Kaylee? Sorry. Harper? Carlin? Trinity? Bailey? Webby, you crying? No. I said I had a headache. I'm right here crying. Webster. Allison. I made him. Okay, this group of girls, they got up early. They can travel to tournaments on Saturdays. They don't really have a weekend off in October. Every weekend they're playing volleyball. They actually finished the season with a 40-6 record, I believe, this season, which is unbelievable amount of volleyball. In tournaments, we placed first in the Skyline tournament at the beginning of the season. We placed second at the Chaparral tournament. We lost to Clearwater, who's a 3-4A school, in the championship. And then we won our league tournament. And then we also won our sub-state tournament. Did I miss one? Oh, and Kingman tournament. Sorry, girls. And we won that one. And, you know, like Mrs. Lesage talked about and Coach Johnson, was that, you know, we don't always compete against 1A schools. We put ourselves in situations to make ourselves better. And by doing that, you know, we're going to have to compete against better competition, and that's what we do. And they're capable of doing it. I have league champion certificates for them all. Why don't you just take them and pass them out along the way? We got a ways to go. All right. The next thing with this group of girls and their outstanding accomplishments is our all-league team. Every year, the coaches get together in all of our sports and pick a select team. This year, we were able to get 4 girls onto our all-league tournament, or not tournament team, our all-league team. And those girls are Jorah Harbaugh, first team. McKenna Vogel, first team. Aubrey Young, first team. And Bailey Young, first team. And that's quite an accomplishment with all of the different schools and all the different talent that we have in this league. The next thing that, as we have noticed in the last couple of hours, that we have a very smart group of young ladies. And we also, in volleyball, you can nominate your team for all academic honors. And there's first team and then honorable mention. And it is 4.0s are the first team, and then if you're between a 3.75 and 4, whatever the next one is, that's honorable mention. Bailey Young, first team. Copper Collins, first team. Emma Hendrickson, first team. Jorah Harbaugh, first team. Trinity Cruz, first team. Allison Colton, honorable mention. Aubrey Young, honorable mention. Carlin Stuckey, honorable mention. Grace Webster, honorable mention. Jolie Harbaugh,
honorable mention, and Leah Detter, honorable mention. And the ones that get selected for this are the ones that are in the postseason tournament, because obviously we have loads of academic accomplishments at that end of the line as well. Okay, and then on to the next round. Also, there's the Kansas Volleyball Coaches Association, and they are coaches 1 through 6A. They're in charge of doing the state rankings every week, and they also have a select team that is chosen at the end of volleyball season. And, sorry, this gets me. These girls work so hard. Whew. We got 3 girls on the all-state team this year, which is a huge accomplishment. Bailey, you are honorable mention all-state. McKenna, second team all-state. And Aubrey was first team all-state. Mercedes is standing out there laughing at me. Okay, so now on to the big fun. So state tournament rolls around, and we all of a sudden realized, hey, we're not only going to the state tournament, we're the #1 seed at the state tournament. And that is absolutely crazy to think that, you know, just little old 1A Pretty Prairie, and here we are, the #1 seed at the state tournament. These girls in their season, they had 2,431 serves out of all the games that we played. They had 343 aces, okay, which is a lot for those of you who don't know volleyball, with only 148 serving errors, okay? And so that's a big deal. You know, when you're playing, we played 102 sets of volleyball this year. We had 2,638 hitting attempts with 844 kills. You know, a lot of these kids, these guys, I mean, people were scared of us. Like, they would literally run out of the way when McKenna and Bailey and Webby and, you know, when they're all hitting the ball at them, I mean, they literally would duck. And we're all like, oh my gosh, that really just happened. But I just want to say a little bit about the seniors. McKenna, she ended the season with 275 kills. She was second on the team in that. 68 blocks. She was first team all-league, second team all-state. Webby, oh, where do we go with our Webster? We were scared at times. She probably gave the most kids concussions in practice. I think 3. Yeah, raise your hand if you've gotten a concussion from Webster. Copper. Raise your hand if I broke your ankle. Yeah, issues at times. But anyway, Grace, you were the heart and soul, the one who would, you know, always show up most of the time with a smile on your face, raring to go in the early mornings. Oh, all right, Allison. Allison has the most wicked serve of any kid I've ever coached. She would be standing back there serving the ball, and it would just spin and drop at people's feet. And they were like, what in the world? And it even happened in the state tournament, and that was pretty awesome. She ended up with 82 aces, which she led the team in that. She had 90 kills and 14 blocks. And then Miss Jora. She ended the year with 43 aces, 208 kills, 16 blocks, and 233 digs. And she was first team all-league. And Jora, obviously, is not the tallest kid on the team, but she even ended up with solo blocks, which short kids don't normally get. But guess what? Jora can jump out of the gym and that she did an outstanding job with her height and what she was able to get accomplished. And then there's Miss Aubrey. She ended the season with 883 assists. Dang it, she's doing so good. And she was 2,000 plus career assists, and that is unheard of. The things that she's accomplished this year and this, as a setter, it's something special. And for those of you who got to watch it, you know, all of these girls are going to be hard shoes to fill. She had 18 blocks, 79 aces, 100 kills, and 261 digs. She was first team all-league, first team all-state, and her and Bailey both were on the all-state tournament team. And also, she was setter of the year. And all of these girls made multiple different all-league teams and everything throughout the state, local, everything. So, for the rest of us up here that are going to be around for a few more years, I am super excited because junior girls, sophomore girls, you guys have followed this group for a really long time. And now, this is your guys' opportunity to show them that you all have the same abilities that they've had this whole time. And let's get back to the state tournament. Okay? One more. This is your state, am I red? Jolie, where'd you go? This is their state certificates. Leah, Copper, Trinity, Carlin, Emma, Bailey, Jora, Webby, Allison, Kenna, and I. And also, one more thing, and I promise I'll be done. I'm sorry I took so long. I wanted the girls to have something that they could remember this season by. So I got them all backpacks that say Bulldog Volleyball 1A Division I State Runner-Up 2021 with their name and their number on them. Samantha, Julie, Claire, Kaylee, Olivia, thanks, Copper, Jolie, Webster, Allison, Carlin, Haley, Aubrey, Trinity, Emma, Jora, sorry they're not in any particular order, Leah, Kenna, and last but not least. All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Now we're ready for Coach White and the cross-country team.
Come on up, cross-country. We get one of these bad boys, too. All right, I've actually been gone for like 5 or 6 days. It feels like all semester, so I'm just going to wing it up here. It usually doesn't go well. That's okay. I'm only about 50 emails behind on everything. Cross country, the guys this year, Just barely had enough for a team, which is awesome. 2 seniors and 3 sophomores. They were league runner-up this year. We qualified for state, which to qualify for state, you have to be the top 4 in your region, which isn't always an easy feat to do. And then we made it to the state tournament, or the state track meet. It's not a tournament. A state cross-country meet. It's not even a track meet. And I think Brett and Kai had the best races they've had probably all 4 years. I mean, they ran amazing. I'm glad they were able to run for me. James actually placed 8th at state, and that's the highest placing as a sophomore in Prairie High School history. So that's pretty awesome. And just for the record, I was 21st my sophomore year, so he kicked my booty on that one. So gentlemen, great job this season. On the ladies' side, of course, we had Abby leading out front, which helps quite a bit. We had some physical and mental health issues up and down the whole way, mostly from me. But we went to the Skyline Invitational this year instead of Wamego. The girls won that event, and we didn't even have all the girls finish that race. We ended up being league champions for, like the 3rd or 4th year in a row. So 3rd year in a row. That's pretty awesome. It helps when you have the league champion out front pulling the girls along, Abigail. We were region runner-up. Once again, we had some issues at the region meet, but I mean, still to get second out of, I think there were 6 teams there or something. It was pretty awesome. We were seated 5th in the state on the ladies' side. And cross country is weird. We're kind of like golf. You want the lowest score to win, and so I mean, you can go in. The thing about cross country is every course is different. I mean, if you're running at Pratt Skyline, it's different than our course, Wamigo's course, Victoria's course. It's all different. The hills, the turns, the terrain. And so you can look at times and compare, you know, well, this kid ran this time here, you know, and look at 5Ks. They're all 5Ks are the same, but the courses are totally different. So it's really hard. So we were seated 5th at the state going in. We were actually hanging out in Hayes when we heard that the girls made it to the next round at state, so that was pretty exciting for us. And then we come and, you know, people are racing, and it's exciting. I mean, if you've never been to a cross-country race, it's exciting. You have to be kind of crazy. But so anyway, we end up finishing. Abby was our first finisher, and she finished 3rd at the state meet, which was pretty awesome. But the girls as a team finished 3rd in the state meet, and being ranked as 5th and going in and having every girl beat someone they haven't beat before, you know, whether it's a second or 5 seconds, that's a point that you take. I mean, it's amazing. So girls got 3rd at state, the highest ever finishing for the Prairie High School girls cross country history. So. What is also awesome about that is seeded 5th going in, we end up getting 3rd, and we were only 1 point behind 2nd. So there was a lot of cool things that happened there. Another thing, Abby got another award. She does that. This is cross-country academic all-state. You have to be a junior or a senior. You have to place top 20 at the state meet, and you have to have a 3.5 GPA or higher. This is her 2nd year getting this award, so congratulations, Abby. Next year, we're going to be very solid. We got a good group of juniors. They're going to come back and run with us. As you can see, I don't have any other girls besides the juniors. Yes, we have a couple of girls that I have been recruiting, so hopefully they will come run for me next year. And on the guys' side, we need 4 to make a team, and so I've been recruiting some guys too, because right now we're sitting 3 strong. So, yeah, if you're a little bit crazy and you like to run some hills, come talk to me. So, thank you. Oh, by the way, Abby broke road school record again in 5K in 2018 now.
All right, we're ready to move to the gridiron. We'd like to have Coach Gearing and the football team come up.
I'll start off like Lori said, but I probably am not going to cry. I might. I could. I don't know. If I get something in my eye, maybe. I don't know. Thank you, James, for leaving these plaques up here for us. We appreciate it. I forgot ours. Okay, so seniors, you come down here by me. I like you the most. Get out of here. So Landon, Alex, where's Brock?
He's getting his truck along.
Brock lost his glasses. He couldn't find his way here, so he'll be here later. Landon and Alex, great seniors, great leaders, great football players, but mostly we'll just miss their leadership. If you look down the line, these guys need a lot of guidance. We had some here that help with that, so we hope that we do a lot of growing up next year because we will miss these two and Brock if he ever finds his way here. So just some highlights from the year. First of all, Brock Stedman, not here, and Brian, all league, all district. Brock is running back, kick return. Brian, wide receiver, and wide receiver. So there you go. Maybe I will, I don't know. Started off the year, didn't know what to expect. First year coaching, well, head coaching, I guess, and tried to look, okay, what do we have coming back? Here's what we had coming back. 0 passing yards, 0 rushing yards, 0 receiving yards. So I was like, here we go, great, you know. We go to the Jamboree, which is our first thing. First thing, we go there. I wouldn't tell them this. We were terrible, awful. I went home, told my wife, well, we're not going to win any games this year. She said, it's going to be okay. You'll just get fired at the end. So it got better. It's going to get better here. After all that, we came together. Practices got much better. And now we're getting to the highlights of the season. Best record since 2017. Thank you. Thank you. Beat Central Christian for the first time in 12 years. Here's the one that I'm most proud of. Unfortunately, leading up to these years, I think we led the league, maybe the nation, in personal fouls and unsportsmanlike. I hated it. This year, I'm not going to say who, we only had one. After that, it was corrected, never an issue. I was very proud of that. Next thing, beat Central Christian. Again. Competed in every game, played hard, never got shut out. And then lastly, beat Central Christian. Okay. Like I said, gonna miss the seniors big time, but now I'm done with you guys. Now talking to you guys, the future's bright. Here's what we bring back. I'm a numbers guy, I like math. Here's what we bring back. If you can remember the numbers I told you we brought in, it was a lot of zeros. We bring back 94% of our passing yards, 36% of our rushing yards, and 88% of our receiving yards. Did I say receiving twice? Okay, maybe not. We bring back a lot. So the future is bright. There's lots of good things to come. So really excited about next year. I don't know exactly. Mr. Coach Lee will be in charge. I may or may not help out. We'll see. But lots of good stuff to come. So thank you. Oh, hang on. One more thing. Letter winners. Coach White, he's been out of the office for 5 days. He's like 50 emails behind. I emailed him all this stuff. But here's letter winners, starting with our freshmen, Christian Chandler, and then sophomores, Braden, T. Garden, Gage Bowers, Hazen Willis, Blaine Rogers, juniors, Phoenix Schmidt, Luke Dold, Cooper Schultz, Brock Rogers, Gage Stauffer, Blake Stuckey, Brian Stedman, and then our seniors, Landon Whitey, Brock Stedman, Alex Nolan. Thank you.
Okay. Coach Ray, would you like to do girls and boys golf together at this time? Let's do that. We're going to do girls and boys golf together at this time. Please welcome Coach Ray.
Let's go, Reagan. Let's go, Reagan. Let's go, guys. May take a hot minute. We got a crew. one slow. So if you're not crazy and you don't like running hills and you're a girl in the fall looking for an activity, we have spots available. It's been a long, hard road for Reagan starting as a participator, but she is currently the top 1A Kansas girls golfer competing in the fall. Come on. She medaled 9th at regional, qualified for state, finally. That's been a hard road with some hard work and some tears, but we made it to state. She was named the KGCA All-State Honorable Mention this year as well. Good job. And she is our girls golf letter winner. Yes. Going on to the boys, our season is still in progress, so we don't have a lot to say yet, but our regional is Monday, and after yesterday's performance at league, we should be in good shape. We got second at league yesterday. We had 4 medalists in the top 10. It's pretty good. Beyond that, I'll do our letter winners, and then we'll just have to see how the season finishes out here. With the letter winners for boys golf, Brett McClellan, Kai Smith, Landon Whitey, Braylon Fields, Luke Dold, Jaden McGinnis, Brock Rogers, Gage Stauffer, Matthew Rogers, Parker Schmidt, and Brogan Stuckey. So, thank you, boys. We will see you at Monday for regional, and then the next Monday for state. Right? Right? Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we're ready to go to basketball, and I'm looking for Coach Detter, and he's been waiting very patiently. If Coach Detter is ready, we'll go with the high school boys basketball team, but I don't see him. So how about we go with the girls basketball team? We'll start with them, and we'll arrange for Coach Detter to come up afterwards. So let's go with Coach Gearing and the girls basketball team.
All right. We all here?
Is it 14?
Yeah. Okay. Pretty good year. We did lose once, but sometimes losing is a good thing, and I'll be honest, it was for us. 25-1. I think this is the first time we've taken first in the league since this league was organized in like 2005. So we were the league champions, tied for the first at least. We were the Falcon Classic champions back-to-back years now. And for the first time ever, we were the 54 Classic champions. So not bad. A few of our highlight stats, maybe, I don't know. We had a lot of highlights, but the most points we scored this year was 96. If you think about that, that's a lot of points. Probably too many. I may have gotten in a little bit of, why are you beating people so bad? But just because they're good. I mean, it's not my fault if they're good. The least amount of points we allowed was 12 points this year, and we did that twice. So we held 2 teams to 12 points for the entire game. We set several school records, 3-pointers in one game. We made 15. That was the game we scored 96 points. You can do the math. That's pretty good. That's a lot of points on just threes. Most assists as a team in one game. We had 28 in one game. You're talking about me being annoying. Never mind. So 28, and the school record was 25, and we also did that one time. Did they say something about how many people have gotten a concussion from you or a headache from you? Because there was a lot of hands raised when we thought they said headache, but we weren't sure. And then I think we set another school record when we had 4 turnovers total against Caldwell. That was how many we had for the entire game, 4. So, some of the other school records, some of the other things, we had 919 rebounds on the season, which was second in school history, just 4 short of 923, I think is the school record. So second. And then one that I am probably the most proud of, because I like when we play defense. If we play defense and rebound, we can win any game. And so we were now 3rd all-time in the state of Kansas, allowing only 25 points per game this season, which is incredible. Our school record was 32 points per game allowed, and we smashed that. And so now we're 3rd in state history at 25 points per game for a state champion. What else do I want to say? We had 4 freshmen this year, 2 sophomores, 3 juniors, and 5 seniors. We had the letter winners were Leah Detter and Jolie Harbaugh, who now has a school record with threes made in a single game at 8 threes made by herself in that game. Emma Hendrickson led our team in free throw shooting percentage. She's the only one, it seems like, that can make a free throw. But she shoots them really, really well, really well. Anybody else shoot above 50% for the year? Oh, yeah, Aubrey. Of course she did. Yeah, Aubrey knocks down free throws, too. Aubrey and Emma, I think, were the only 2 that shot above 50% for the year. We shot nearly as well from the three-point line guarded as we did from the 15-foot line unguarded. So this is not great, but maybe we were really good at threes. I don't know. Trinity Cruz, she led our team in steals per game at 3.8. She was averaging over 6 steals a game through the first 10 games, and then she started being nicer to people. And she was on the all-tournament team at the Falcon Classic. Bailey Young, she was first team all-league. She was first team all-Reno County. She was on the 54 Classic all-tournament team. Not quite good enough for the Falcon Classic, though. She only averaged 15 and 9 in that tournament. Was our second leading scorer and our second leading rebounder, but she couldn't make the all-tournament team. She was in the Vipe magazine honorable mention All-State. Sports in Kansas, she was second team All-State. And then Keisha, she was All-State honorable mention 1A Division I. So not a bad year for her. Grace Webster, she is the letter winner. She received the best tip-in of the season, and she's just a tremendous rebounder. If you watch her rebound, she is relentless. She can make the other team very, very angry, but she is relentless. Abigail White, I gave her the biggest shot of the state tournament this year. And then no doubt, just one of the best defenders in the state. I mean, we made her guard their best player throughout the state tournament and all the time, and just incredible defense. Aubrey Young, she is now number 2 all time in threes made in a career with 126 threes made. She was first team all league. She did make the Falcon Classic all tournament team. She was the 54 Classic Hustle Award winner. She was honorable mention all Reno County, and she was second team Sports in Kansas All-State 1A Division I. Jorah Harbaugh, she owns the school record in steals in a single game. She was first team All-League. She was on the 54 Classic and Falcon Classic All-Tournament team. She was second team All-Reno County. She was first team Sports in Kansas All-State. She was second team All-State in Keisha. So pretty good there too. And then McKenna Vogel. She is the all-time leader in block shots in our school with 166. She was first team All-League. She was on the Falcon Classic All-Tournament team. She was first team All-Reno County. She was first team Vipe Magazine All-State. She was first team Sports in Kansas All-State. She was first team All-State in Keisha. She was the state tournament's most outstanding player. And she was Sports in Kansas 1A Division I Player of the Year. So, super proud of what we accomplished this year. We worked really hard to become state champions. Just after the first game at state, all of a sudden you could see it. Like, we were really happy to get to state this year. But when we went and smashed we did not go in as the 1 seed. We were 22-1, and we were the 5 seed going into the state tournament. But that didn't really matter. We knew that didn't matter. But when we beat Osborne by 18 3/4 and just smoked them, all of a sudden you could see it. They believed it, that this might happen. And so it was so fun to coach. The key this year was they played their role. I mean, they knew what they were there for. They knew what their role was on the team. If they were supposed to make threes, they made threes. If they weren't supposed to score at all, they didn't whine about it and cry about it. They played defense and they rebounded. So that was the key to our success this year. Super proud of what they accomplished. Really excited about next year still too. Great things coming back. So anything else? Do you want to speak?
Absolutely not.
She doesn't want to speak anymore. So, all right. Well, I think Coach White has a lot of your certificates and stuff. He was out of the office for the last semester. So we'll try and get you some of that stuff. But thank you. Well done. I think we're done. You got it?
All right, now we're ready for Coach Detter and the boys basketball team.
Thank you, and sorry I was a little bit late. I didn't know where we were at on the schedule. But to jump right in, this is a group of guys that we had this year, minus Stedman. Okay. One of the smallest teams I've ever had, but a team that was a lot of fun to be part of and be with. They did what we were asked all the time, and it was a learning experience for me because there's numerous times throughout the course of the year where Coach and I went to practice with 7 kids. I'd never done that before. We've always had good numbers, and I didn't know, what do you do with 7 kids when you're trying to prep for a game where you need 5 on each side? So a lot of drills, a lot of shooting, just a situation that was different from what we'd had. Every night, every day, they came and they did what we asked, so I was very pleased with that. In order to letter in basketball, you got to play in 1/4 of all quarters. So if we play 21 games, you need 21 quarters. It's pretty simple math. So letter winners for this year, James White, sophomore. Gage Bowers, the sophomore who led us in three-point percentage and free throw percentage. Junior Blake Stuckey. Junior Brian Stedman, who led us in points, rebounds, and assists. Junior Jaden McGinnis. And junior Brock Rogers, who led us in block shots. Seniors, Landon Whitey, Alex Nolan, and Brock Stedman. This group of seniors has been a lot of fun, and being as close as they were to my boys, they've spent a lot of time at my house. So I really felt like I had 3 more sons out there just because of their age and who they ran around with. I didn't get Alex for 4 years. I was really disappointed about that, but he did come out this year as a senior. And when we played Burton, Alex drew most of the night. We had to give him a little bit of a break. He drew the leading scorer in the state of Kansas that night. He didn't get his average. They didn't win, and Alex just kept pushing him farther and farther away, and he kept shooting more and more, and eventually took him out of his rhythm. For a young man who didn't play all years, I was very, very impressed with his defensive ability and what he did for us this year. We had 2 guys that earned extra honors throughout the course of the season. Blake and Brian both made preseason all-tournament team. And then Brian picked up a few more honors as the season went on. He was first-team all-HOP. He was Burton all-tournament team, VIPE honorable mention, Sporting Kansas honorable mention, Reno County honorable mention, Topeka Capital honorable mention, and I hope I didn't miss any. The list gets longer and longer every year. Brian, at this point in time after this season, finished 12th in single season scoring for 1 year with 357 points. That list is getting pretty special to be on. It's getting pretty elite. You got to score over 500 points to be number 1 on that list. You got to score over 340 in 1 year to get on that list. And he had 357 and he's in 12th. So you can see from 20th to 12th how close it is. Currently where he's at, he only needs to score about 200 points next year to be in the top 20 all time for a career in Pretty Prairie. Based off his junior year, I think he's on a good pace. I appreciate everything they did. I appreciate time we spent together, your hard work. And I appreciate the last 25 years of Pretty Prairie. Thank you.
All right, Coach White, we're ready for you and the high school track team.
Probably gonna fit us all up here.
Yeah, great. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. I got to get warmed up for this basketball game coming up. So track is weird because kind of like golf, we don't finish until school's over. And so I want to talk a little bit about last year first. Last year, both the boys and the girls won the Crosley Invitational, which was pretty awesome. They also were both league champions last year. So a nice job, track team last year. Last year, the girls were also region champions. We actually just kind of dominated the Caldwell region, which was pretty fun. I actually think we saw some girls crying afterwards. It was pretty sweet. We went to state, did pretty well at state on the girls' side. The girls broke the school record again in the 4x8. It was Abby, Jorah, Jolie, and Leah Detter. So nice job on breaking that school record last year, ladies. This year's been kind of crazy, probably one of the worst track and field season I've ever been in, with weather and wind and just silly Mother Nature stuff going on. I guess it is what it is, but this year the girls, they won the Cheney Small Division on the girls' side this year. That track meet was also the first ever that I've had to seek shelter because of a tornado somewhere, whether in my running career or coaching career. And you know people aren't afraid of COVID when they shove you all into a small weight room. Like there were like 15 schools all shoved together, up breathing each other's air. It was great. It was wonderful. But we all got out alive and it was fine. The lightning kind of cut the meet short, but that's okay. I think the only other time for weather, I don't know if you all remember Robert Teeter. He was our science teacher back in the 20s. We actually had track practice, and it was nasty out. The weather was horrible, and the big F-35 or whatever it was that took out Heston, I mean, it was forming over our head, and Teeter was like, "We got one more 400 in this, boys. Let's go." And we're just like, "Oh, we're okay." But anyway, track is going to be awesome. We got put in a very tough region this year. A few years ago, we went to Kiowa County. It was tough to get out of that region. It was really tough. Then there was COVID, and then last year we went to Caldwell. It was really easy. I think Keisha just likes to mess with us. For instance, like our girls 4x4 team, the last I checked, we're sitting 4th in the state in 1A and in the 4x4. We're also sitting 4th in our region, and they take 4 teams out. So we're going to go in guns a-blazing, and we're going to go in and out kicking and screaming. So hopefully have a good showing. We got league this week on Thursday, region next week, and then we'll be traveling to state, hopefully in a bus in a couple of weeks. So this is your 2022 track team. Thanks, ladies.
Okay. All right, we're getting awfully close to the 11 o'clock tip-off for the seniors versus the faculty basketball game. And faculty, it's looking pretty good on our end, so we're pretty excited about that. Hold on before we go. I got a few announcements I need to make. Seniors, before 1 o'clock, Alex says you get ready to walk out. Before 1 o'clock, we need to make sure you guys clean out your lockers, return your Chromebooks and cords to Mr. Flaming or to the office, okay? And then please make sure you check out with Mr. White before we have graduation practice at 1 o'clock. We need to make sure we have all those housekeeping things taken care of before then. We're going to have everyone go back to the classroom, and then we're going to dismiss you about 10 minutes to 11 because we have some time to kill. That will allow us a little bit of time to do this, okay? For seniors that were recipients from the Pretty Prairie Scholarship Association, we need you to meet with Mrs. Harbaugh and that committee in her office. They have a little reception for you and a few instructions they'd like to share with you. So seniors that receive scholarships from the Pretty Prairie Scholarship Association, please meet with Mrs. Harbaugh in her office. Is there any other anything else that the faculty would like to share before we dismiss? Let's give all the kids and the teachers